Hello, everyone. We're here with Ross Stern right now. So, Ross, you did the film The Tip.
Yes, I did.
All right. So, was it when you were making this film? You wrote it as well, correct?
Yeah, I wrote it.
So, what made you come up with this idea?
Well, basically, it's halfway based on a true story.
Uh-huh.
So, my sister did in fact write her phone number on the back of $1 to give as a tip for a guitar playing guy, and like months later, she got a text from some guy. And worst thing that happened was that he was just, according to her, he was just kind of ugly looking, and they didn't make any contact after that. But I was there when she first got those. I was with her when she first got those texts from that ugly guy, and I was like, "Hey, wouldn't it be crazy if you got stabbed?"
Oh no!
And she's like, "I hate you, Ross." And I'm like, "I'm gonna make that a movie."
Make that into a movie. There you go.
We have a good relationship.
So with the film, how long did it take you to make this? I guess from the beginning all the way to filming and editing.
Semesters, like more than a semester's worth. So I started writing it last summer. So summer before summer we just had.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway,
yeah.
And then I finished it at the end of that fall semester last year. So I guess like 4-ish months.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say 4 months
to get it all completed.
Yeah.
Oh, and did it start? I know you started going to film festivals before all this happened. Were you like in the mid run of it? Was it like towards the end? Or did you just start up and then all of a sudden all the film festivals kind of disappeared?
No. The first one was The Bright Side, and then after that I was just nope, never mind. So I'm happy this one's going online. It also got accepted into the New Jersey Horror Con. But that's been delayed till next year.
Kept getting delayed. Yeah, I go there all the time. I'm as well. So we go down there and we represent for Hang On to Your Shorts at the New Jersey Art Con. So it's a lot of fun. It's unfortunate that keeps happening. But we wanted to have it and we tried. We're like, September, we'll be fine. Yeah, so here we are.
Well, I'm glad you guys are doing a streaming alternative. That's cool.
So when you were making this film, how did you go about with the auditioning process for the acting?
We just used what's it called? Backstage.
Oh, okay.
The guy who plays Brody, Kurt Slater, he auditioned in person. Then Chelsea and Zoe, they auditioned, like they just submitted their audition tape. Chelsea, I already knew. She plays Avery. She was in a previous short of mine called Girls Like Chocolate. So, she basically already got the part. And then the banjo player is kind of an interesting casting story because originally only one guy. It was going to be a guitar player, a male guitar player, and then only one guy on Backstage applied for the role. And I was like, okay, you got it. You look the part and you play guitar, works. And then he backed out because he needed to do paid work, whatever that is. And
who is hard to that?
Yeah, right. What's paid? And but then I saw on Backstage that one other person applied, and it was Emily. And she's like, "Hey, I know it's for a male part, but hey, queer vibes could be cool." And I was like, what? Actually, that is a lot more cool.
Yeah.
Because basically that makes because to have the person that Avery is interested in be that direct opposite of like large middle-aged man that comes after her, like that's much more of an interesting contrast.
Yeah.
Well. So cool hipster girl versus and plus I saw she played banjo and I was like, oh, okay, you're playing banjo now. The character who plays banjo. That's
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So was this like you said you did a film before? How many films have you done before? Was this like your second or third or a few others in?
I've done stuff since high school. So I've done a few other things that I consider like real short films. And then there's, just me just screwing around on YouTube. So I don't know. I don't really, I guess I have like 3 movies that I actually have like on IMDb, so I consider those real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you able to make one after this, or that didn't happen?
I'm working on, I mean, I have a screenplay for something that I'm hoping to make this semester. It might just end up being a bunch of storyboards. I don't know.
Yeah.
But me and my friend Jerry are working on something like small. It's just like a 1-minute skit. It's like a fake French art film called The Doigt du Désespoir, or The Fingers of Despair. So it's stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything that you want to promote? Any websites or any where people can see your other films or anything like that?
I have a YouTube channel. Just look me up, Ross Stern. If you want to see the, of course, the tip is on there online, is on there for free. So just look up Ross Stern, the tip, as well as Girls Like Chocolate, my animation Bird and Worm, some other stuff that just some like high effort memes are on there. Give the tip some and Girls Like Chocolate some good reviews on IMDb and Letterboxd. Letterboxd is on. I just figured out how to do Letterboxd, so the tip's on there now. Give it a review. Rate it whatever you want. I don't care.
That'd be great.
Just subscribe.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I saw all those films before too. From
Yeah, I'm very loyal to this festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else that you'd like to add?
I don't know. Watch my movie. Stay tuned for more things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. Okay. Thanks a lot. And good luck in you have another year of school.
Yeah. I'm actually in Montclair State. I'm at Montclair State right now. They let me in a dorm, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I have a couple of former students that go there. So
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they actually they're all part of the festival too. So, but it's going to be interesting. Are you going to class or are you going to be online?
Yeah, I'm taking 4 classes, and only one of them is in person. That's my film 3 class, and then the rest are on Zoom. But I'm just happy to be away from my parents. So.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing too. I'm going to do half and half on Zoom and half in the classroom. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thanks a lot for coming on, man. And,
all right, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
So we got Chelsea Lawford here, college film. Can you talk? What was the title of your film?
My film's called Build a Baby.
And can you tell a little bit about it?
Yeah, so it takes place in a near future world where everyone's able to essentially design their children through genetic modification. So it follows a couple who are going through the process of designing their baby and wrestling with the cost of what perfection means for their child.
How did you come up with this idea?
I was really obsessed with Black Mirror at the time. So I was just kind of thinking of anything in that field.
And was this one of your first films, or you've done a bunch beforehand? Or?
This was my first film of this scale. I'd done littler things before, but this was
back in high school.
Had to rent locations, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So and you go to school for this?
Yeah. Actually, I just graduated from NYU for their film and TV production. Thank you.
So you just graduated, so you had to deal with the end piece there.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Interesting. Not an ideal time to graduate, but I mean, we're all going through it.
So now that you are done, and then hopefully this stuff will subside soon. Who knows? But I guess people are starting to get back into filming. Do you have anything that lined up, or anything that you're planning on doing? Were you doing writing and pre-production?
Yeah, mostly into writing. I don't have anything lined up yet, just because the world's just starting to.
Yeah, I know it's
the industry, but yeah, I'm just trying to write right now while I'm not quarantined, but not doing anything.
So how did this when you started what and then you went for the casting process? You say you basically did it as a regular normal film, but what did you do for casting? Did you do college, or did you go to get SAG actors or professional?
Yeah, I used SAG actors for this. Okay. I used Backstage first and did a first round of casting.
Okay.
And I cast the main Malik, and then I couldn't find the right people for the other roles, so I ended up using Breakdown Express for a second round of casting, and that's where I found all my other main roles.
Oh, great. And so how was the process filming? How long did it take you to do this?
It took, I guess, the course of a semester, because this is for one of NYU's classes.
Okay.
So yeah, it was probably a month and a half-ish of pre-production, and then shooting it, and then editing took a while because I ended up studying abroad the next semester, so I had to put it on hold for like a year.
Oh.
But yeah, total it would have been one semester if I had finished it fast enough.
And when you get your crew, is it people that you go to school with, or do you go outside and get people? Or
yeah, it's all classmates. We just like volunteer on each other's projects for free.
yeah, you rotate around and things like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Great, awesome. No, so no, it was a great job on the film. We enjoyed it a lot, so we're excited for you. Pretty good. Do you have anything that you'd like to promote? Do you
Sure.
have like a website or anything?
Yeah, you can check out my work on my website, chelsealopper.com. Or I have an Instagram page as well that I post updates on everything I'm doing, which is created.by.chelsea.
Oh, great. Yeah. So, well, did it play at any other film festivals online during the COVID going on?
I have one more coming up next month, but this is the first one.
Okay. Yeah, well, we tried to have it live, but you're going to do it.
It's unfortunate, but it's still cool that you guys are doing it this way anyways, just to not cancel it altogether.
Yeah, we didn't want to do it. We were trying it. We would have kept pushing off, but we're like, we got to get it going.
Yeah, who knows?
Doing a little bit different for us here, but we got used to doing all this during COVID. So we do a lot of podcasting shows. So we've been doing it in this format. How was your classes online at the end there?
They were interesting. We had to adapt a lot for sure. I had the stop motion class, which was so hard because we had to just make our own setups basically.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was a good challenge, but yeah, not ideal.
I found it easy for the intro classes that I teach, but the advanced class, it was like, forget it.
Yeah.
Just forget it. So we had a lot of like special guests come on and talk. So it was mostly me talking to filmmakers. That's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you do, right?
Not much else to do. And just people like, oh, watch this, listen to this. And it was almost like watching Masterclass if you ever do that.
Yeah.
But well, thanks for coming on and everything. Is there anything else you want to add?
Just thank you for selecting me. I'm very excited to be part of this film festival.
All right, great. Thanks a lot for everything and being a part of it. So, yeah. All right, great. Thanks so much. All right, so we're here at Wyatt Hall, and you did the movie The Runaway. It was funny. I was talking to a girl earlier from high school, and we got a bunch of like high school films, and they were called Runaway or The Runaway. So it was a lot of confusion. I was like, maybe you're confused too, because there's like 3 or 4 films called Runaway.
Well, I'm The Runaway.
The Runaway. Yeah, I noticed that. The Runaway. I loved your film. It was really well done. And how did you come up with this idea? Like back in the 1930s, right? Were you doing research?
Right. Yeah. Like that era is always something that's kind of fascinated me. I'm a big rail fan myself. So having a love for trains, like you kind of look at kind of that golden age of steam, like back in the 30s, 40s, and then transitioning through to diesel engines in the 50s and stuff. And so I've always like wanted to try to tell some sort of story on a train.
Did you?
And it worked out really well. Coming up with the idea of, or like looking into the era, doing research and finding out that there was this mass exodus and migration during the Depression of youth and kids, as hobos hopping on freight trains and going anywhere.
Or anywhere. Yeah. Did you actually shoot in a train, or was that a stage or set?
No, I did. I shot on a train. It wasn't moving at all, but what I did was I reached out to a local rail museum right next to my college in Fullerton, California. And they had an old 1929 Santa Fe caboose that they had restored. Wow. And I was like, can I come film on this? Is that something that can happen? And they were super generous and really helpful. And we shot it over the course of just 2 nights.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great to be like, to find something like that and be like, you don't have to be on a center or anything. It's like, this is real, man. It looked really real. I was like, holy crap.
That was, I mean, they had it exactly done up like as it would have been back in the day. And so that basically enabled us to make the film.
Oh. And a lot of times if you see all that, like I've seen like old locomotives and stuff, you can't go inside. You don't see the inside. You just see that outside. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. Wow. And so that's how you came up with the idea of the film. What about acting and casting? How did you go about that?
Yeah, so casting, I looked around my school a little bit. I made this in my second year of college, is when I shot it and wrote it. And I actually got around to finishing it only about last year, my fourth year of college.
A lot of editing,
a lot of editing, yeah. And part of that's just because it wasn't at all a school project. I did this independently.
Okay.
And so all the casting and everything I did on my own. And I looked around my school a little bit, but I quickly realized that just wasn't going to work because the characters were definitely not of college age. And so that's when I went to Backstage, I think, is where I ended up finding both of my actors. And they were both amateur and willing to work for free, and that alone was really helpful because they absolutely killed it.
Yeah, and they had that look. They just had that look.
They did. They both had, especially Ernie Stifle, who plays Thornton, our old brakeman. He has that gruff, you know. He has that like he's been around the country. Yeah,
that's the guy, you know.
Yeah, that was him from the get-go. And our kid Parker Queenan, who plays Carson, he just had the biggest, like, pretty dark eyes that just you could just look into those and connect so deeply with him.
What did you shoot it on? Because it was really good camera work.
We shot it on a Sony A7S II, and almost the entire thing is on a gimbal. Also, just a Ronin S. And I have to send huge props to my director of cinematography, Drew Gardella.
Very good job.
Yeah, he just we sat down and we hashed out the whole film, planned every shot like down to the T, and he really executed.
We just got a gimbal for my school, and of course we're not like I ordered it. It's in. I haven't seen it yet because we can't go in.
No,
I did. I went in the other day and I saw the box, and I'm like, and we had to do stuff, and I was like, I want to go over there right now.
I swear by gimbals. I've used them like a number of times after this shoot. They make it so easy to get a nice moving shot. Mm-hmm. It's
great. We play on it and teach it, but we're doing half online, half there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Best of luck.
How are you doing classes?
I'm I just graduated this May, so I'm out now and I'm looking for work. I've done a little bit of stuff like some tourism commercials for some small towns, and other than that, doing some freelance VFX and everything. So that's where I'm at.
Do you want to promote anything that you have any websites or any people could see any of your work anywhere or anything you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me online at WyattHall.com. Easy, WYATTHALL.com. And from there you can get to my YouTube or my Instagram or basically anything. But that's my portfolio site. That's where all my good stuff is.
Awesome. Great. Sounds good, man. Great. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So we're here with Killian Gilroy, and you want to talk about your film that you have in the festival?
Yeah, sure. So my film is K's for Kids TV show, and I'm a big fan of horror movies and corniness. So the inspiration for it is based off of the horror anthology ABCs of Death.
Okay.
And I wanted to do my own fan-made version with some friends, so I randomly signed letters, and I got the letter K. and I was trying to figure out what to do, and I kept scrapping ideas, and then I was like, why don't I just try to do a bunch of things combined into one? So I just kind of wrote a little song. I'm not a good lyricist or a musician, so I got a friend to write the music, but I did the lyrics, and I just kind of got a few friends together and filmed it, and it turned out really good, and I was just very proud of it. So I started to show people and go to film festivals, and I eventually found this one, and which had such an interesting title. And me being from Jersey, I was like, this is perfect. So I entered in, and I'm just very happy to be here right now.
No, that's great. Yeah, I noticed you're from Jersey, so that was really cool. I was like, have you done films before this one, or was this kind of like your first thing? Or
so
yeah.
I went to college for film. I just graduated in May.
Okay, so you must have a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a 2-year college, but I built up doing a lot of films with my friends and just doing a lot of ideas. And eventually I was like, I want to start using the soundstage and stuff like that, start using the equipment, because, we were able to in film school. So it's like, why just give up that opportunity? So I got a few friends together and we just filmed it. And it was just a lot of fun to do, a lot of fun to edit. And it was just a blast. So I think that's the whole aspect of film is you should have fun with it.
Yeah.
So we just had a lot of fun, and everyone else who worked on it had so much fun. And yeah. I mean, I have so many films before that, so many films after that, but I'm just trying to improve on every single one of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this one, when you're watching it, you're thinking it's like a comedy, and then it's like totally switches on you.
Yeah. I love
those are good movies.
I love that twist. It's so fun. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is like my favorite thing on YouTube. So I kind of stole that kind of idea with that twist, but that's my favorite thing. So
have you ever seen Death to Smoochie?
I have, with Robin Williams.
Yes, that kind of reminded me of that in the beginning when you first started.
Yeah, and it's all fun and stuff. It throws you in, and then all of a sudden he's like dirty mouth and stuff like that. Yeah. No, I totally know what you mean. I love that like corniness aspect to it, like obviously like kid show, like Pee-wee or something like that.
Absolutely.
So those are my favorite things. So I kind of want to like make that like that world, and it was only like 3 minutes, but it just I kind of like creating that little.
And it works. World. It works in the. I like movies that are short, that it works, and you get your point across, and it fits. And so
thank you.
My favorite
I love
types.
when it goes straight to the point and it's entertaining. So films are meant to be enjoyed. So I just wanted to cut to the chase and just have it as a little like, little song in there, and then it's over, and you just kind of think about it. Like I just love that.
I made a film a long time ago. It was like 3 minutes long, called Must Hurry. Guy's on a bike. You don't know what's going on. It's like a big chase scene and everything. And you just had to go to the bathroom. You had to take a dump.
Oh, that's so funny.
That was it.
That's funny. I made a film called Bowel Movement, and the whole thing is the guy racing to the bathroom. I mean, who's going to the bathroom. But, that's funny.
Yeah. So I kind of like that humor and that quick, quirky thing. And so that's why it kind of, when I was watching it, that's how I felt, It's just...
Thank you. I definitely want to see your short, the bike one.
Yeah, I think it's out there somewhere. I don't even know. I think it's on Vimeo. It's called Must Hurry.
Okay. Hear that, everyone? Just start looking that up now.
And I got stuff all over the place. I don't even know where half of it is anymore. So that's what happens when you do this for a long time. You're like, I don't know, it's here, there.
Yeah, well, it's all for fun. So,
Absolutely. So you're finishing up there, or where are you going from here?
So I'm in Florida right now. I'm actually moving out Tuesday.
Oh wow!
So I'm just packing up my apartment, and I'm going back to Jersey. I'm doing the typical thing that everyone's doing, saving up money. I wanted to stay here, but with COVID and everything, if I'm ever going to go home, it should be now, just because I definitely want to move out to Georgia or California or somewhere to do film. Script supervising is my big thing. I mean, I love directing, writing, starring my own shorts, but that's like my little thing.
Yeah.
So I'll keep doing that, but I want to go into script supervising. That's my big thing. So save up some money, go there, and then hopefully figure it out as we go.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely great. Is there anything else you want to promote? Your websites or anything people can see your work?
Yeah, sure. So if you go on YouTube, True Meaning Productions, if you just type in Killian Gilroy on YouTube, it should show up my channel. And then on Instagram, my account is KillGilVol2, after Kill Bill. And on YouTube, you could find all my work. On Instagram, you could just get to know me as a person. So if you're ever interested just to get to know me, I'm always nice to everyone. So
if you're back in Jersey and things are getting better, we have a studio. We have a podcast studio, and you're always welcome to come and do a podcast.
Oh, awesome! Where are you
full
guys
length
located?
In the studio and everything. So
you guys are Jersey Shore, I saw it said.
Yeah, Jersey Shore. Do you know where Red Bank is?
Yeah.
So we're in Eatontown here, but Red Bank is kind of where that's the main area.
Awesome. I'll definitely hit you guys up.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun to do that. We haven't done Hang On to Your Shorts in a while because of all this, but I do another podcast that I started online, just kind of like a one-on-ones like this one, and that you can see that on Facebook Live and all that kind of stuff, and my YouTube page as well. So.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, I just want to thank you for even continuing Hang On to Your Shorts with COVID and everything, because it's still nice to see the films and know that they're getting out there and cool. Being able to watch them all, because it's just such a downgrade when you hear that you're accepted and then all of a sudden it's closed down.
We couldn't do that, man. Couldn't do that. We had to do we had to do something, so we came up with this.
That sounds fun. Well, I look forward to the link, and I wish the other filmmakers best of luck, and I can't wait to see their films.
All right, thanks a lot. Okay, so we're here with the Rose Trimboli, who did the film I'm on Fire. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. So what made you come up with this film, this idea of I'm on Fire? Like, what was behind it all?
Well, I wanted to do kind of an experimental narrative story.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And because it was my senior thesis, I had more access to a bigger budget, so I wanted to try and play off of that. And also, Sofia Coppola is a big inspiration, so I wanted to do a very light versus dark kind of thing, like she does in The Virgin Suicides, where all the dream sequences are sepia tone and colored, and all the real life are very dull and muted.
Yeah, I did notice that. I was kind of when I was watching, I was kind of thinking towards the Sofia Coppola type of feel to it.
Yeah, it was. I am a huge Sofia Coppola fan, and I also wanted to play on the idea of how women are stereotyped into different archetypes.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to play on the idea of what happens if I archetyped every single guy that I've ever dated into a specific archetype.
Huh.
So.
And where did you film that exactly?
I filmed it in Philadelphia. I went to Drexel University.
Okay.
So that was where I filmed it. I filmed part of it in Long Branch.
Oh, really?
All the house,
the stage part, or
the house scene. That's my cousin's house in Long Branch, and it's a very haunted old house. So the cast and crew are not very happy sleeping there.
You should do a haunted movie.
Yeah, I'm very into horror stuff as well. I love Buffy and the X-Files, so I think that's my next move, something like that.
That's great. Yeah, I kind of went into the horror world myself, and I love it. It's I can't get out of it,
Yeah, no, I'm slowly discovering Lovecraftian horror, and I'm like, wow, this is good stuff.
We do have a lot of good horror films, and we have the student films on September 11th, but we got September 12th all day. We have 3 streams going on, and we usually have a horror set. A lot of horror people like to submit to the festival, so we do a lot of really good horror films. There's some that you should see. It's really well done.
I will definitely be watching that.
One of them was called Helping Hands, and it's from a crew that actually won an Academy Award. So
wow, that's pretty cool.
They're really good.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so we got a lot of cool films and everything. So, but the college set is a really strong set. We have 2 hours worth, and we had so many films this year. They were so unbelievable. So, congratulations on that. Your film's really good, really well done, and the cinematography is incredible as well.
Yeah, that was actually done by the actor who played Sad Boy. He had to do the camera work and he acted in it. So props to Ben Schofield for that.
That is not easy to do, to be able to do that. No.
Yeah, my DP dropped last minute, so we didn't know what to do. So we asked him. And he was okay, sure.
Wow. And did you have a camera that you used, or is it a school camera that you
It was a school camera. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it wasn't anything like too fancy.
Oh no, but it doesn't even have to be. Just the lighting and the way that you film and everything and editing. You can make it look incredible.
Yeah, that's what I think is more important rather than like the equipment used. As long as like you can hear the dialogue and you can tell the story, that's what's important to me. So I'm very like heavily story based.
Oh yeah, and with the film, because all these festivals kind of put on hold or went online. How was it playing at festivals before all this, and then it had to stop for a bit? And has it been playing online festivals or like waiting?
It's been playing online festivals. I submitted it back in fall, so like all the acceptances came in like early winter, and they were like, "Oh, we can't wait to see you," and then they're like, "Oh no, Corona, it'll be all online." I'm like, "That's fine."
We tried to hold off, so we're like, "Oh, September will be fine," because we like to see people and have it, but we couldn't do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I kind of like this better because I don't have to be there. I'm kind of tired of watching it.
Yeah. It's funny because at our festivals, a lot of filmmakers, we get these guys over here on the side here, they'll agree with me. Like a lot of filmmakers that go, they've seen their film so many times, they'll just go to hang out and talk to people and meet people and like miss their own films, right?
Yeah, that's what I would do. I don't like, I hear the opening dialogue and I'm just like, oh no, I have to get out of here.
But it is fun watching people react to it. So if you're not actually watching your film, but just people sitting in the audience kind of reacting, that's always fun to do.
Yeah, that's what I did at my senior showcase, and it was really nice to see like everyone like react to it. And they got a lot of visceral reactions, which I was surprised about.
And every time you show it different places, you'll get different reactions no matter what you try, or like, oh, this is going to get a laugh or this is not, and this is going to be crying. And like, no, it changes every single time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so from there, did you work on another project after that?
I'm just currently writing a bunch of things. I just took quarantine as a time to just kind of work on my own short films and feature ideas. I was doing some assistant work out in LA before coronavirus came, and I was like, well, I might as well just come home. It should only be like 3 months, and I've been home for 6 months. So, but
are you going back there soon, or are you going to stay here?
Yeah, I'm going back end of September. So
I guess again, they're starting to open up now a little bit out there.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah, with the filming, and I guess also on the East Coast as well. So starting out, we'll see. But
yeah, I've just spent this time working on new things and trying out new techniques with like cameras and just watching a lot of movies too.
Great. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to promote? Anything, websites or anywhere anybody can watch your work anywhere or anything?
I have a website. rosetromboli.com. Wait, let me double check that's the name.
Yeah.
Oh, it's rosetrombolifilm.com. Other than that, I've never really promoted anything, so I'm not really good at it. This is like my first time doing festivals and promoting my work, so.
You get used to it. It takes a little time, but you get used to it, and then it just comes second nature. So, yeah, that's great. And yeah, so we'll probably be playing this interview like a couple days beforehand, like on a link. You can watch a bunch of different interviews, and then we'll be streaming on September 11th, and then have the award show after, right in here in the studio.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, no problem. So we're here with Trent Allgaier, and you have student films and as well as a script in the festival here, and Hang On to Your Shorts Film Festival. So it's great to see you. How are you doing?
I'm swell. I just got off a 9-hour shift, so I know that there's no visual component, but I'm sweaty, as you can see. But the listeners at home will have to use their imagination.
Where are you right now? Are you?
Oh, I'm in my parents' basement. As you can see, there's a fish tank behind me, but I unplugged the filter so you won't hear the running water. So we have to keep it brief, or else someone might die.
Are you in New Jersey?
I am, but born and raised.
Nice. So yeah, we got a lot of Jersey filmmakers. It's great to have a lot of student New Jersey filmmakers as well.
Yeah, I go to Rutgers Film School, so there you go.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we just had some Montclair people in here today. A couple of my former students were here doing a little round table stuff and they go to Montclair, so it was pretty cool to have them here. As well as
so it's like you teach film in that you have students.
Yeah, I teach film at Middletown North here in New Jersey. So I teach film TV class. So
I live in Middletown.
You do?
Yeah, right. I mean, this is extraneous information, but I live.
You go to North? Oh, I lost you there. I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, I was just saying I live by the Evil Clown. But so.
Oh, did you go to North?
No, I went to MAST, if you know what that is. It's like the marine biology specialty school. Yeah. What
did you and then did you play any sports? Because sports you would play at North or South then?
I played sports at Middletown South. 3 years of tennis.
Oh wow, yeah. So I went to South, but I teach at North, and the teacher who teaches.
You must feel so conflicted.
I know, right? But I do feel at home, and I don't know if I'd want to teach in my old school that I went to. And the guy that teaches the teacher at South went to North, so it's kind of like a flip flop.
Wow. Yeah. But how the tables have turned.
I know, right? So film program's been pretty good. So it's really great. So, but we love student filmmakers, and especially at this festival and a couple other festivals that I've been a part of in a way, and trying to the student films have been growing and growing. So right now we have a 2-hour set of high school and 2-hour set of college films. And they're all incredible. They're like so solid. We had so many submissions this year. So, congratulations on that. And as well as your script.
Yeah, I'm psyched. Yeah. You just keep bringing me good information and validating my efforts. So I'll stick around as long as you want if you're going to keep complimenting me.
Yeah. And how was the documentary that you did? Like, how'd that come about?
So both the things I submitted were just like school assignments. So the documentary, I find it funny story. I was assigned to do a project where you like fictionalize some people in your life. And I just totally ignored the prompt, and I had something I wanted to do anyway. And I was gonna just come home for the weekend and stay with my parents. And my original idea was to have them do a documentary of them like arguing like who the better parent was, but I came home and like the energy wasn't right, and I didn't want to like cause too much intermarital conflict, so I changed it up to me as my parents have 2 children, I being the longest. So I thought I would ask them about that and shoot some fun B-roll and edit it all together and see what happened. And I guess it's gotten me this far.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
so,
did you watch it? I mean, you can say no.
Yeah, of course. I watch every single film.
And you read my script?
Yes, I read all the scripts, but it was like, this was a while back too.
I understand.
We had all the choices back in, we thought this was going to be in April. So this was all done in like February. So I watched these films badly, December, January, February. So it's been a long time since I tried to, so many things going on now. I try to remember as much as I can.
I have my own podcast. Can I shout it out while we're here?
Absolutely. I was going to ask you that. Like, I want you to promote your stuff. That's what we're here for. So definitely.
Me and my partner from school, he's another Rutgers filmmaker. We started a podcast called Craft Services, and we've been going since the beginning of quarantine. I'm sure you understand the wordplay there. But yeah, it's great. We pick movies we like, and then we beg the crew members through like Instagram DM, or we find their email somehow, and we sweet talk them into giving us their time, and we interview a crew member, like editors and assistant directors and all sorts of, and we had like a stunt man on, so we do like everyone below writer director. We're trying to hear the voice of and explain their role process, and it's great. So listen to that if you have free time.
Yeah, where can we find that?
It's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, that's great. we love podcasts, especially here in the studio. We love having podcasters in the studio as well. So, the other day I was doing this at home, but today we're in the studio doing it. So I had a few other podcasts earlier. So I said, I'll just keep going. But it was great to talk to you and everything. Anything else you want to promote?
That's it for now. Thank you for supporting me and getting me this far, and I appreciate your time. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on like another regular podcast show maybe in the near future if you're around.
You have my contact info. Please, yes, I will gladly be your muse.
You could be in the studio and everything with all of us here. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like an awesome space. I would love to be in touch.
Yeah, there's 2 studios. There's one here and there's one right next door there. And the other guys just moved over there. So if you want to see comic book memorabilia, like all over the place and movie memorabilia, you come here. I mean, right behind me is Freddy Krueger's hand.
Whoa. Yeah, that's I'll have to look into that.
All right.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, cool. All right, see ya.
Hello, everyone. Today we have Alex Lahatsky, a student at Montclair University. She graduated North in 2019. So tell us about your films.
Oh gosh, I made them so long ago. So one was called Growing Pain. It was my first film that I made at college. I came back here and filmed it. I still used my family. My dad and my boyfriend were my only crew, and my sisters both acted in it. It was a lot of fun to make. I shot, in familiar locations, and it did well. I really like playing with a simple storyline, but manipulating it color-wise. I had a lot of fun editing it more than I did filming it. And then, so that film's in there. And then my second film is Crash Landing. That film I shot entirely up at school. I had all Montclair crew and actors, and that was a really nerve-wracking experience, especially since, kind of similar to how Yaz was describing the advisory club, my 2 lead actors did not know each other before, and the film is loosely related around love, and I had to bring them together in a little bit of a closer way that might make more inexperienced actors uncomfortable, but it worked out very nicely, and the film was a lot of fun to make, and yeah. So those are the 2 films that are in. Sweet. What kind of camera?
Oh, what kind of camera do you have?
So for Growing Pain, I rented out equipment through Montclair. We have our own self-operating cage. For freshman level, the highest you can rent out, the highest clearance you have is a 5D Mark III. I decided to take a chance. I've never shot on that before. I didn't use it until I went on set that day. It was a lot of fun to film on that camera. It was really good quality, but it was hard manipulating the settings. So for my longer film, for the bigger film, I decided to just shoot on what I feel comfortable with. So I rented out a Canon T6i, which I think we have a couple of those at the studio. Oh yeah, there you go. That one, that's what we're filming with right now.
That's a T6i section.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, those are the cameras I shot on.
Sweet. How has COVID affected your filmmaking?
Well, we went online, Montclair. We went online after spring break, so like mid-March. I wasn't in any production classes, so I wasn't really affected. I was just writing my script for the class that I'm in now. Something that's really cool about Montclair is the way they sequence my major. It's very sequential. So for the most part, I'm in production classes my fall year, and then for the spring semester, I'm writing whatever I produce that following fall. So I was actually writing something this past semester for film 2, but because it was shot primarily indoors, I have to rewrite it. So that was something that it affected, because when I was still writing it online, I thought, things would be better by now and I'd be able to shoot indoors with the crew, but times have not changed that much yet, so I have to adjust, which is totally fine because I'm excited to try and write something new within this time. So yeah, that's really only how it's affected me. We're in person right now at Montclair. Things are going good. I'm in a production class. I'm able to rent out equipment. I'm able to have crews outside. I actually have my first studio tomorrow at Montclair. So right now things are heading in the right direction.
Cool. Very cool.
Awesome. All right.
Good.
So we'll use that for both things. And